What's up guys, Chris here with a unboxing and initial impressions video of this little piece right here, which is the ASG licensed KJW CZ P-09 pistol, or gas blowback pistol I should say. So it comes in this box right here, kind of hard to fit on screen. Pretty nice. You got a paper sleeve with your basic details on here, but what's even nicer is that it comes in this pretty nice looking hard plastic case. So right there, it's a couple of steps ahead of the competition in terms of the box. I think more pistols should come like this. You know, the cardboard boxes you just throw away anyway. So let's pop the box open and take a look. And before I start talking about the actual gun itself, I'll just hold it up here so you can take a look while I talk. I had been looking at getting this particular model for a long time. I was interested in it when it was released, but I couldn't really justify getting it. I've been curious about the CZ pistols. And this one appealed to me, you know, with the polymer, the rail, and everything. Problem being, right from the start, looking at pictures of this, I could kind of tell that I was probably not going to be liking the grip of this thing, right? So right when I took it out of the box, the first thing I noticed is it's heavy, probably one of the heaviest pistols I've ever had. Second is, not a big fan of the grip, as I suspected. It just doesn't sit right in my hand. And I kind of noticed that when holding it, especially getting to the slide release when you're in the this position, my thumb gets caught up on the safety lever right here instead of reaching the slide release. So I kind of, you know, it's common with pistols that you have to swing it around and release the slide. It has just a safety. This is not a decocker. So safe locks the trigger and the hammer. Take it off and it fires. And also, let me just show you here. The only other thing in the box is the ASG manual. You know, your standard stuff. So the other thing that is a big part of the CZ design is, of course, that the slide rides inside of the frame rail, inside of the frame instead of on the outside of the frame, which means that the actual real estate here of slide that you have to hold on to when cocking it and operating it is pretty slim. Especially the front serrations are pretty damn almost useless, because you have the, let's see if we can get a shot of that. You have the tapering of the slide here, and also the serrations are very shallow and soft. So like I'm using that's kind of dirty, but I'm using like medium force here on my grip and nothing is happening. I really have to clamp down on that to make that happen. Kind of the same problem with the rear serrations. It's more accessible, but again, because of the slide riding inside of the frame, you have less space for your fingers to grab onto. So that's kind of a, you know, an issue for me. Let's see, I don't want to go into too much detail here because I'm actually thinking about doing a more in-depth video on this gun. It has a, I believe, 26 round capacity magazine. From what I've heard, the gas magazine can do about 1.5 or 2 loads of BBs on one fill. You have somewhat authentic markings here. It says designed in Czech Republic. We have the CZ P-09 marking. We have the CZ company logo. It says read manual before use. And on the grip, you also have the CZ logo. Now, unfortunately, when flipping it over, ASG have been here and left their mark. So there's an ASG logo up here. We have I don't know, I think that's some German marking, Cal 6mm BB, made in Taiwan. That's from KJW, of course. You also have the, let's see which one you changed. On the magazine floor plate, you have the CZ logo as well. Now, a couple of things that, again, I don't want to go into too much detail, but I'm going to just talk about a couple of weird things that I noticed with this. Number one, in single action, when pulling the trigger, there is no resistance on the brake. It just goes, you know, a little bit of take up and then it goes click. On double action is even worse. Like if I pull the trigger to the left hand side, when I pull the trigger, it doesn't break. Well, it kind of does. Like pull it all the way back, it should have dropped already. It physically can't go back any further. If I then shift the trigger towards the center, the gun fires. Next weird thing that I noticed is if I hold the gun, I would think I was lying in bed while doing this, but if I tilt the gun 90 degrees to the side and a little bit more, check this out. The slide, for some reason, locks up. Something inside here is like tilting over and blocking the slide. Same thing happens if we hold it upright. Slide is locked. I'll put it back in the horizontal position. No problem. Tilt it up. Or like this. Locked. At first, you know, I thought, is this some sort of crazy safety feature? But I kind of figured, you know, that can't possibly be. That's just stupid. So that's some sort of design flaw that I'm not even sure why. Standard 3-dot sights. I'll just leave you with some close-ups of this thing so you can get a feel for what it looks like. And so, unfortunately, overall, first and foremost, I don't personally like this gun, you know, especially the grip. If you don't like the grip of a pistol, you're not likely to enjoy using it. The second problem I have is with the slide, too little real estate to grab onto. You got the problem with the controls, and then you also have the quirkiness with the trigger and the slide locking up. So, in my opinion, unless you're a hardcore CZ fan and you really want this P-09, I keep thinking I only have one light, so I keep tilting it over. But in reality, we have pretty good coverage from most angles. Anyway, what I was saying was, unless you're a hardcore CZ fan and you really want this P-09, I don't think I can recommend this as a pistol for use. Unfortunately. Then again, it's only about $100 from Asia. Right, I forgot. I was going to tell you where I got this from. So the reason why I finally bought this after hesitating for so long was that a local shop had a deal on this. I think it was 30% off, which for me was equal to about $100, you know, getting it in my hand, as opposed to buying it for $100 from Asia, paying about $35 shipping, and then in Sweden we have to pay 30%, actually it's 25% taxes, and then about 5% import duties and import taxes. So that means that from the store this was about 50% off compared to buying it from Asia. So I guess that's gonna be it for this. Just unboxing and initial impressions. Not very positive for me, but if you like the pistol, if you have a chance to go and handle it, you know, get a feel for it, if you like it, you could make it work, but it wouldn't be my first recommendation on the list of guns. The last thing I want to mention here is that the recoil spring is a little on the weak side. You probably want to put in, I know from other people that you can't put in a Tokyo Marui spec 150% recoil spring on here. So that's going to be it for this video. Slightly disappointing, but you know, if you like it, go ahead and get it. Just be aware of the trigger problem. This I cannot understand. You know, if I remove the magazine, I thought that was blocking it somehow. Still locked up. Put it down. Cocks. Put it straight up. Well, actually, I think I want. Well, that happens sometimes for me. So let's see. Does it? Let's see. It kind of does it when tilting it to the right, but definitely to the left. It's completely blocked. Right side kind of works, yeah. Unfortunately, for most right-handed people, you would go ahead and cock it like this. So if you have it at a 90 degree angle, yeah, that's pretty much 90. It's going to work. Look at this. Go over 2 degrees. Sorry, 3 degrees. It's locked. That's a big problem for me personally. Not, you know, that airsoft guns need the kind of reliability that real ones do, but I just don't understand what that's coming from. So let's say I'll give it 1 thumb up and half thumb down, you know, just as an overall impression. I'll be coming back with a longer in-depth video on this once I have time, and I'll see you guys in the next video.